y'all. We're almost through the spiritual inventory part. So now we're on lesson 11, spiritual inventory part 2. Okay. Still in principle 4, openly examine and confess my faults to myself, to God, and to someone I trust. Matthew 5:8, happy are the pure in heart. And step 4, we made a searching, fearless moral inventory of ourselves. Lamentations 3:40, let us examine our ways and test them, and let us return to the Lord. So now we're going to look at another section of questions and things to ask ourselves about. Don't forget, Psalm 139, 23 through 24 encourages us to pray, search me, God, know my heart, test my thoughts. Point out anything you find in me that makes you sad, leads me along the path, and lead me along the path of everlasting life. Got that out. All right, so now you're going to examine your mind. Romans 12:2 says, do not conform to the pattern of this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Then you will be able to test and approve what God's will is, his good, pleasing, and perfect will. So, questions to ask yourself. Have you guarded your mind in the past? Are you in denial about anything? How have you guarded your mind? Have you filled your mind with hurtful, unhealthy movies, television programs, internet sites, magazines, or books? Have you failed to concentrate on the positive truths in the Bible? And then you're going to move on and examine things about your body. 1 Corinthians 6, 19 through 20 says, haven't you learned that your body is the house of the Holy Spirit God gave you, and that he lives within you? Your own body does not belong to you, for God has bought you with a great price. So use every part of your body to give glory back to God, because he owns it. So ask yourself, in what ways in the past have you mistreated your body? Have you abused alcohol and drugs, food, sex, anything like that that harms your physical body? What past activities and habits caused harm to your physical health? And then you're going to move on and examine your family. Joshua 24:15 says, but if you're willing to obey the Lord and decide today whom you will obey. But as for me and my family, we will serve the Lord. So ask yourself, in the past, have you mistreated anyone in your family? Who in your family do you have resentment against? Who do you owe amends to? What is a family secret that you have been denying? Hard questions. Then you want to move on to examine your church. Hebrews 10:25 says, let us not neglect our church meetings as some people do, but encourage and warn each other, especially now in the day of his coming back, is because his coming back again is drawing near. So here's some questions to ask yourself about your church. Have you been faithful to your church in the past? Have you been critical rather than active? In the past, have you discouraged your family's support of their church? As you continue your inventory, commit Psalms 139, 23 through 24 to memory and use it as a prayer. Search me, O God, and know my heart. Test my thoughts. Point out anything you find in me that makes you sad, and lead me along the path of everlasting life. So these are tough questions, and honestly, it can be pretty painful to look at these things. But I want to encourage you not to skip this step and not to skip evaluating these areas in your life. When you face these things head on and you're honest about it, that is the step of healing. And you're going to find so much peace once you complete this step 4 and share it with your sponsor. Don't even attempt it without your sponsor or a good, secure accountability team. But man, I can't wait to see what happens in your life once you do this step 4 and step 5 where you confess it. There's such peace, and it is a game changer in your recovery process. So don't skip it. Don't neglect these things in your life. Meet it head on, and God is with you all the way. Peace out, y'all. Have a great week, all right? I'll talk to you later.